Welcome back, everybody. Today we have good news for you on the political front. Yesterday, a federal appellate court judge in California ruled that California's magazine restriction laws, which we'll delve into a little bit deeper here in just a second, are blatantly unconstitutional. I'll kind of summarize his ruling, which was a pretty long ruling that I read this morning. Essentially, he's saying that 10 rounds, which is what the current magazine restriction is in California, is an arbitrary number, and there's no basis in law for it, and it clearly violates the Second Amendment. We will post a link down below to his ruling for those of you guys that actually want to read it. I agree with everything he said there. It's absolutely true. So what does that mean for folks in California? Well, that's what we've been learning today all day. As I am recording this video, it is 7 p.m. on the East Coast, and some things have been changing and have been fluid, and we'll go over basically what we know so far, what we think we know, and what might happen from here. So I'm going to read here. I brought the notes so you guys can kind of understand where his ruling came from. This is, quote, California Penal Code 32310 is hereby declared to be unconstitutional in its entirety and shall be enjoined. So what is the penal code that he's referring to? Basically, it prevents anyone from doing the following things with magazines greater than 30 rounds: manufacturing, importing, selling, giving away, lending, buying and receiving, possessing, except in very specific circumstances, which generally speaking is the grandfather rule out in California. So what does that mean for everyone in California? It means you can go out today, and many of you probably already have, and purchase standard capacity magazines as well as improved capacity magazines. So if you want something like a Magpul D60 or a 75 round AK drum, the improved capacity ones, you can certainly get those. If you want a 33 round standard capacity Glock mag, you can go buy them. So that's awesome, right? That's good news for everybody. There's still a lot of restrictions though on how you can set stuff off, featureless rifles, etc. That is for another video, and we may tackle down the road. However, if you want to go out there and buy those magazines, you can buy them right now in California. Some companies yesterday, a number of online retailers listed that they had their magazines for sale and would ship to California because of this ruling. A lot of them pulled back this morning because their attorneys basically told them that there may be some issues outside of this ruling that still prohibit importing magazines into California. And again, for everything we know, and I know plenty of people have already gone out to the local gun shops in California and purchased standard capacity magazines, so you're good there. You're also good if you're going across state lines and bringing them back in as a resident, because how would they know you did that, right? So that's good. The online retailer, though, is really what we just saw sort of a change to. I've been speaking to 3 big online retailers today, off and on, all day long. And as of 6:30, so about 30 minutes ago, one of them informed me that their attorneys have gotten back with them after studying the issue all day long. And the other issue in terms of importation in California was also contained in the same penal code, which again is 32310. So they believe they will be able to ship those magazines out on Monday. So that's awesome news. Anybody who is watching this video, I will put links down below if you guys are in California, and I will put the links to retailers that say they are shipping magazines to California, so you guys can pick them up should you choose to do so. There will be a ton of magazine orders coming in over the next few days if this happens, and it's already happened in one case, and again, that link will be in the video description. So if you don't live in California and you're looking for magazines, there might be a little bit of a rush on them for the next week or so. So going forward, what does this mean? Well, this absolutely, I'm sure, will be challenged in California and will be appealed to the higher court, which I believe is the Ninth Circuit. They tend not to be very gun friendly. So if the ruling is changed or if it goes to Supreme Court, etc., this could all change. However, most magazine bans, we are on a lake, so please bear with the geese noise. Most magazine bans will allow people who purchase them legally to continue to possess them. And of course, even if that wasn't the case, how would they know? So for folks that don't live in California and are looking to send some magazines their way, as a private citizen, I don't see it being an issue, but as a company, it could be an issue. For those that remember, basically when California started to prohibit the sale and importation of magazine repair kits, there were several companies that were still sending them even after that deadline. San Francisco's attorney office sued, I think, 3 of those companies, and of course the lawsuits were thrown out because it's a baseless claim, and they have no standing in those states, but the company still had to spend the money to go to court and fight that that stuff. So that's why companies are sort of hesitant at this point to do it, because it's a legal cost and they don't want to do it. Plus, they don't want to disappoint customers if they say one thing and then have to do another legally. So we will track this as it goes forward. But again, what we know now is if you are in California, you can go purchase standard capacity magazines. That is the case. Where you can purchase them from is sort of in limbo right now. But again, the last thing I heard from a large company with a bunch of attorneys on staff says that they should be able to go and ship those out on Monday. So good news for everybody. If you guys are looking for updates on the video, definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not already doing so. Also check me out over on Facebook. That's probably where I'm going to post most of the stuff related to this, because it's a fluid and changing environment and YouTube just isn't the best medium for that. So check my Facebook page out for updates, links, etc. to all these deals that I'm sure are going to be coming. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Good news again. And I hope to see all of you in the next video.